What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Zachary Reality. It is Zachary Reality, and we are here with two fabulous competitors from the anonymous Lilly and Victoria. How are you guys doing today?
I feel like we're in a day of mourning, right,
I
Lily?
know
Little what do
we're
you think?
breaking.
You guys are mourning today. Is it harder to mourn now or when you actually left the show?
Oh, when we left, I mean, for sure. I
Yeah.
left on like a crazy note. So, and I mean, I know Lily left right before the cusp of it. So I feel like definitely then it hurt more than now.
Well, I do want to get all into it. I have some juicy questions for you guys. Lily, I must say, starting with you, it was really sad to not see you in the finale just because you were, pulling from the bottom the entire game. What do you think went wrong and why do you think you were not able to get there?
I know. I really was crawling my way. I was in the trenches the whole time, but really honestly where I went wrong is trusting Marcel at the end of the day. I think there was a lot more to the story on my relationship with Marcel and how close that I thought that we were and how much I adored him on a personal level and how much insider information I gave him in the domain and he would just run it back to Joe Schmo on what I just told him and he kind of blew my game up and then ultimately sent me home. So that was really devastating for me to watch and to see. And strategically, it made no sense. And look where it got him. So, long story short, I think that me trusting Marcel and trying to tug him along obviously hurt me in the end.
Yeah. And with Victoria, we saw you come in a little bit later. Did you know that you were going to be a late arrival? And how do you think that impacted you throughout the game?
Initially off the bat, I did not know, but once I was there ready to film, like it was like, hey, you're gonna come in a little later. And I was like, ooh. So it kept me on my toes and I had to keep strategizing in my head. I was definitely like in my head a lot before I got into the domain. So I was like, mental prep was already there and I was just ready to go and play. So I feel like I had a initial energy boost where I feel like the rest of the OGs were kind of like falling off by the time we came in. So I feel like that really helped me like get far.
Lily, watching the show back and seeing that you really were such a target, which you knew in the moment, but like even watching it back, I'm sure was more of a mind F. Like, how did that feel to be the girl that everybody was picking on and kind of using as a scapegoat throughout the whole season?
You know, I didn't like it, Zach. I didn't like it at all. I didn't like it then, and I didn't like watching it either. But what I really enjoyed was the validation from people that watched the show that are like, why are these people so pressed about this girl? She didn't do nothing to you. And
Mhm.
so it was nice to see that other people, like, I wasn't crazy. I was thinking in my head, like, am I just like on this train of self pity? Like, this is ridiculous right now. But I'm glad that it was shown and other people who watched the show were able to see like yeah it really doesn't make sense but at the end of the day like you said it was kind of like a scapegoat just like a throwaway vote people were just trying to hide so I respect that.
We were rooting for you. You were an underdog, and we felt bad for you, and we wanted to just see you take everyone down.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Victoria, I'm wondering what you think. Obviously you and Christopher hit things off pretty quickly, but before you even got there, he had some sort of a showmance with what was her name again? Casey, Sydney. But sh
Sydney.
Sydney, but she did have a boyfriend, so it was not going to be the same, as things developed with you. Did you kind of feel like maybe he was just switching from one girl to another? Like, what was your take on it?
I mean, going in, no one really gave me the heads up about Sydney. So I was like, well, thanks for that.
Mhm.
And I guess too, like, you're in a place without your phone, you don't know what time it is, like you're in this like very new situation. So I can't do like my FBI research on like who is this man that I'm talking to. And if I saw as many shirtless pics as I did on his Instagram, maybe I want it. And like, so yeah, like that was my demise is not really having my like technology on me. But yeah, looking back at it, I'm like, oh gosh, what did I do, Victoria? But hey, I played the game, I used it to my advantage and it got me to the end
Mhm.
ish.
Yeah, Lily, what did you think of their relationship in the house? Did you think it was real? Do you think they were falling in love? Was it a showmance? Like, what was it like as an outsider?
Oh my gosh, on the outsider, so in real life, I love Victoria and she's my girl. In the game when she first entered, I was scared to speak up. I had already been going through it. I couldn't be like giving her this insider information and not knowing what she's going to do with it. Everyone was calling her a Sydney 2.0, but I couldn't spread the word because I was already on the chopping block every single night.
Hmm.
So at the beginning, I was like, I'm not saying nothing. If she wants to do that, this, that, and the other. I mean, let it be known and let it be heard. But at the end of the day, I knew it wasn't going to work out because Victoria's too much of a woman and she needs a whole man and that wasn't what she was getting and it's evident and God's got her person out there and it wasn't in the domain.
Hmm.
I just went on the wrong show to find a showmance, but
We love
it's
a show.
okay.
Yeah,
It's
we love a showmance. I think it made the show more interesting and fun, but I do want to know, where do you guys stand now and what happened after the show? Did you guys start a
Lord, like
relationship?
everyone, like my DMs get blown up. Like, what's going on with Vista
We
for
need to know
Vista?
if you're single.
Yeah, your girl's single as a Pringle. It's just Victoria here. I having fun in South Florida, so yeah. If I do another show, like I definitely want to do the showmance route because I think it like helped me in the show for sure. But I like wasn't using him because I really, I genuinely liked him in his company. We talked and we goofed around a lot, as you saw, like in our bikinis, just running around, like just doing random stuff.
Mhm,
But yeah, like I think it really helped me out, but I think it was also like my demise in the end. So
mhm. Did you guys try and make it work after, or was it just kind of like friends?
I'll just keep that to myself.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I want to know what your thoughts are on the finale. We obviously saw that Nina ended up winning. It was a pretty intense face-off. Lily, why don't you start? Was there anyone you were really rooting for when you left, and how did you feel watching it all unfold?
In the moment, when I left, thinking, oh, Christopher definitely sent me home, I wanted either Victoria, Nina, or Marcel to win. So I would have been happy with any of those three. And then obviously seeing that Marcel sent me home, I was like, I sure as hell hope he doesn't win. And look what happened. So I feel like, it was a little bit of like spiteful revenge for Victoria and I that he didn't win. So I don't know. Maybe that's my perspective, but I'm very happy for Nina. I feel like she deserved it, and so it was a good outcome for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what about you, Victoria? How do you feel about how it all ended?
I, I hated the ending. Like I didn't have an ending, but maybe that's good for me because that means my story hasn't ended yet, it has just begun. So who knows what's gonna happen next for me? But yeah, I didn't get a proper ending like everyone else, so a little bitter. Not even bittersweet, just bitter. But I think I'm trying to twist it into a positive way, saying like this is not the ending for Victoria. This is
Mm-hmm.
only the beginning.
I love it. Would you guys do other reality shows? Which one would you want to go on?
Oh yeah, I told Lily we should team up and go in the circle
Mhm.
and play our favorite fuckboy Christopher.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
That's what I said. But I mean the mole, like I love the Netflix verse. This may sound weird, but even Deal or No Deal Island, I love Deal or No
Yes.
Deal.
That one's good.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, everything Victoria said, I mean, I love reality TV. I watch a lot of reality TV, which is why I was interested in going on the Anonymous in the first place. And so for me, if anyone came barking at my tree, I'd probably let them in.
Yeah. Now, before I let you go, guys, go, I want to know a behind the scenes secret or maybe a funny moment that didn't make it on the show or one of your favorite moments filming that you just still get a good laugh out of.
We did a lot of runway shows that didn't get shown. I think there was actually a clip on the USA Network of like our like Americana runway show, but we were doing runway shows every day, like in between. But there was a really good moment with me and Lily, and I wish it got shown where we really connected like on a deep level. We were talking about family, we were talking about life. Like that was a moment when I was like, when everyone started picking on Lily, I was like, nah, I'm good. Like that's my girl. I was like, chill out just a little bit, guys. But yeah, there was a moment where we were just sitting there on the chairs, just like the sun was beaming. It was beautiful, like girl mance moment. So that's when I was like, Lily's my girl outside the domain for sure.
Honestly, I mean, what she said, and then there's too many like moments here and there that could be mentioned. There's so many honorable mentions. We would need a part two.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I loved watching you guys on the show. I'm so sorry it didn't work out, but I mean, hopefully we'll see you guys soon. Where could everybody find you and follow you?
My social media is my name, so I Victoria Vesh. That's like all the platforms. So
Lils_official, Lils 2 L's on basically everything.
Well, thank you guys so much for coming on. It was so nice to chat.
thanks for
Thank
having me.
you. Have a good one.
You too. Bye.